Hi guys, it's Colette, and today we're going to be working on this Christmas Drip Drop Blobbicure, the 11th design in my 12 Days of Christmas series. If you like nail art and would like to see the rest of the series, be sure you subscribe to my channel, My Simple Little Pleasures, and if you'd like to see how I did this design, just stay tuned. The colors I'll be using today are all from Orly. We have Hot Red, Mint Mojito, and White Tips. And I've got a lid here where I'm going to be building the Blobbicure, and on my nails what you're catching a glimpse of is my candy cane reciprocal gradient, which I still have on because these decals are going to need a while to dry. So I'm going to start by laying out a kind of thick square or rectangle or even blob shape with the white tips, and then I'm going to add alternating drops of color until I'm happy with the design. Kind of torn now. I almost kind of like the second one I did better than the first, even though the first was the plan. I think I'm going to go with this one rather than this one. These have had over 12 hours to dry, but I'm always a little bit nervous when it comes to peeling them up because it seems like they're just so thick that they take forever to dry. So I've kind of got my fingers crossed here as I start peeling this one up. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do if these don't peel properly. So it's coming up. Kind of hard to show you guys here. It's sticking a little bit. I'm going to try and get it started kind of from this other end here. And that's coming up a little bit better, actually. There we go. I can feel it's still, it feels like Play-Doh or silly putty, actually. It's so, like, not wet, but very, very flexible. And we're getting again to the part that's a little bit stuck, and I'm just trying to be super patient, pull gently while I push with the orange stick. And yeah, I'm hoping the others will come up a little bit better, but if nothing else, I got at least half of a decal out of this one. I may have to sacrifice the area that is really, really stuck. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just give up on that section because it's too hard to get off, and I'm not sure if you can actually tell, but trying to pull it up, I actually stretched the part that did come up, which thankfully I didn't rip a hole in it, but I don't want to stretch it any further, so actually that made it a little thinner. Maybe stretching it a little is a good thing, but I'm going to kind of lay it to the side and work on peeling up the rest of these. The next step is going to be to cut each strip into smaller nail-sized pieces. So what I usually do is kind of just eyeball the design, find a place that I like, and size it against my finger a little bit. Then take a scissors and just give it a snip. Doesn't have to be exact, can trim around the edges a little bit more, or I actually usually end up doing a lot of my shaping after I apply it to the nail. So make sure you have 10 and maybe a couple backups just in case you have one that doesn't quite fit your nail, or just in case you change your mind, and then you'll be ready to move on to the next step. Now, to get my nails ready for those decals, I'm going to begin with a base coat. I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base, and you can use whichever is your personal favorite. I'm going to be using white tips again, the same white as I used in the Blobbicure, just to add a really thin coat just to help these stick on my nail. I feel like they're almost flexible and semi-wet enough that they would stick all by themselves, but I don't want to take a risk. So a little bit of polish should help out. And to kind of minimize how much I have to trim off, I'm going to try and line up this straight edge with the side of my nail and the other edge with my cuticle, like that. And then I'm going to move on to the next nail before I start trimming. That'll give it enough time to kind of set with the polish underneath so it's not actually moving around as I'm trimming it. You can use like a small cuticle scissors for this, but my actual preferred tool are cuticle nippers, especially because these decals are probably thicker than most, and this really makes it easier to cut through. Although these are so soft, they're really not giving me any trouble. So I'm going to just try, if this doesn't work, I'll go back to the nippers with my nail implement on the sharp edge. Going right along the edge here. Hey, there we go. So that actually worked pretty easily right next to the nail there. But at the tip here, I think I'm definitely going to have to go back to the nippers. Go right along the side there, and then at the tip. And a little bit that's overlapping on this edge here. Obviously, be careful if you're using a more powerful tool like these that you don't accidentally cut your nail. But I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that for all my nails, and then finish cleaning up around the edges with a brush dipped in polish remover. Cleanup was a little bit tricky because that red was just trying to leave a pink residue everywhere, but I tried to make the best of it, And I'm going to finish with a top coat. And as usual, I'm using Seche Vite. So here's the finished manicure, and while I still feel kind of like decals are my nemesis, I really like how this turned out, and I do think I get a little tiny bit better each time I do them. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this one down in the comments. If you like this version with the green dot more prominent in the middle, or if you like that original idea that I kind of decided not to go with, which would have had one more drop of white. We'll be capping off the series tomorrow with a water marble, so make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss that. I hope you enjoyed this one, and as always, thanks for watching. I always enjoy this series, but I also am always glad when it's done because it is a lot of work in a short amount of time. And tomorrow will be the last day. Hope you guys are looking forward to that as much as I am. And to get ready for that, we have to get rid of this Blobbicure. So I hope you guys enjoy the peel.